stop feeling bad for yourself. And no, I am not trying to attack you, but sometimes you need someone to say it to you to help you wake up. You don't realize how bad I wish I had that 5 years ago when I was going through one of the hardest time periods of my life. Getting fired from my job to going homeless. I wish I had someone who looked me right in my eyes and said, stop feeling sorry for yourself. But I didn't have that, and maybe you don't either. So now it is time to wake up. The 5 things I'm about to tell you are the 5 things that absolutely change the trajectory of my life. These are not some hardcore hacks that are going to take up all of your time and energy and still get you nowhere. These are 5 productivity hacks that you can practice every single day and change your life with every single day. But they're going to take consistency and commitment. So if that's something you cannot do, go ahead and exit for me right now. But if it is, promise me just one thing. In 6 months, you'll come back to this video and tell me how these 5 hacks have absolutely changed the game for you. Let's go ahead and get right into it. If the first thing that you're doing in the morning is opening your eyes and looking at your phone, I need you to listen to this. Studies have shown that people who look at their phone first thing in the morning live a more stressful and negative life. If you see something negative right at the start of the morning, you're putting yourself in the position to be on the edge for the rest of the day. And the day just started. Not only does looking at your phone first thing in the morning potentially leave you susceptible to seeing something negative and putting you in a bad mood for the rest of the day, but it can also cause you to add additional stress in your life for literally no reason. And do not get me wrong, I have done it too. I've set an alarm to wake up early, and when I woke up, I got stuck in the never-ending TikTok scroll that kept me in bed until I was running late. From there, I've had to rush, I don't eat breakfast, I don't have the morning that I thought I had planned, and I'm speeding to the office. And now I'm in a bad mood that I literally caused on myself and that I could have easily avoided. At that point, it's nearly impossible to be as productive as you want that day when you feel like you're already running behind or you're just already in a bad mood because of what you saw when you first opened your eyes. Now, I want you to imagine this. You wake up to your alarm, you turn off your alarm, and you start the day. No phone, no endless scrolling, and no negative feelings. How do you think that would change your mornings and the rest of your day? Every single day. Instead of immediately releasing the serotonin that your brain has for the day from a quick fix of looking at your phone, you now get to reward yourself with some throughout the day by being more productive and getting more things accomplished. And for me, that started with replacing my phone for the first hour of the day with a simple 3-step morning routine. Not one of those crazy morning routines that you see these gurus doing. You know what I mean. Waking up at the crack of dawn to working out, then taking an ice cold shower and read and journal for the rest of the day. No. I mean something realistic that fits into your life and will make you feel more prepared to take on the day. I mean, this is to increase your productivity. And what might help me or the next person isn't always going to be what helps you. For me, that 3-step morning routine looked like making my bed, taking a shower and getting ready, and looking over the plan that I have for the day. By doing these 3 simple things, I not only consistently felt like I was in a better mood, but I felt accomplished at the end of each day. You never realize how much of an effect your morning has on you until you actively try to make it better. Find a 3-step morning routine that works for you and commit to it for the next 30 days and watch how your life starts to change. Now, the next productivity hack is one that once I started doing it, I never went back. And that's planning my tomorrow today. Prior to starting my business, I was a pretty go with the flow type of person, and my lifestyle showed it. I drove a beat up car, I lived in a pretty bad part of the city because it was the only thing I could afford, and overall I just wasn't happy. I did not like the position that I was in, but I truly could not figure out how to get myself out of it. It felt like I was stuck. And the day that I got fired from my job, I had nothing to do that day. That's when I realized that every single day I was waking up, I would just wake up just to go to work. That means the only commitment I had was showing up for a company that really couldn't give a damn about me. But I wasn't making any type of commitment to show up for myself. So instead of letting the days continue to pass, I knew that it was time to start showing up for myself. So from that point, every single night, I would plan what I wanted to do the next day. Now, this was not just chores and errands that I had to do. It was goals and steps that I needed to take that day to reach the goals that I had set for myself. And little by little, those plans that I made every night to get accomplished the next day forced me to show up for myself every single day and helped me create multi-million-dollar companies. Like I said, this is a hack that I absolutely swear by. I think this is truly the one that helped me go from struggling to pay the rent to the e-commerce entrepreneur that I am today. Because if you do not show up for yourself, believe me, no one else will either. So I want you to do yourself a favor. Take a look in the mirror and evaluate how you've been showing up for yourself daily. If there are some areas where you are not showing up for yourself and areas that you feel complacent in, I challenge you to start planning your tomorrow today. Write out your goals and then take the steps it's going to take for you to reach those goals so that every single day that you plan, you take one step closer to reaching them. And you'll look back in just a couple months and be amazed at the strides that you take. Because when it comes down to it, there's really no one but yourself that can hold you back from reaching your max potential. Now, the next thing that absolutely changed my life is making it a priority to work out at least 30 minutes a day every single day. Now, this is something that I'm blessed enough to be able to do, and if you are too, please take advantage of it. When you start working out, you start to feel untouchable. Not only is working out going to boost your productivity, but it's going to boost your confidence as well. And the more confident you are, the more likely you're going to take steps outside of your comfort zone and accomplish more than you thought was possible. Confidence is a game changer, and the endorphins that your body releases after you're done working out have you going through the rest of the day thinking you could do anything. So whatever you do, whether it's going on a walk, a run, or you have the time and money to go to the gym, just keep moving and keep moving every day. I'm talking so passionately about this because it's one that I know to be true. Outside of the confidence boost that working out daily is going to give you, it also improves brain activity and clears any fog that might be happening. And when you have a clear mind, you can battle and balance the everyday stresses, struggles, and emotions that come with just, well, being human. Emotions play a major role in your everyday life. I mean, it's said that the average person goes through over 400 emotions a day. That's crazy, right? And if you don't work out and move your body to help clear some of them, you're just kind of stuck with them. And being stuck with some of these can make it very difficult to go throughout the day, feeling like you can do everything there is to do to keep climbing the ladder of success. So to put it simply, the more that you get moving, the more your life goals will too. Now, the next 2 life hacks for productivity are going to be really important to know and implement. So make sure you're staying with me because I really can't say enough how much they've changed my life and allowed me to produce work that has continued my success. And that first one I want to talk about is intentional learning. Every single day we're fed information, new hacks, new recipes, new skills that we should learn. I mean, you're sitting on a platform right now that aids in that. What can happen when we have all this information being thrown at us? It's easy to start experiencing something called information overload. And you may have experienced it without even knowing it. If you have ever watched so many videos on a topic and you still feel like you don't know where to start, or you just still feel stuck, or you try to learn to do one skill, but then never finish that because you got distracted by a new skill you wanted to learn, but then never finished that because you got distracted by another skill that you wanted to learn. These are key giveaways that you have fallen victim of information overload. And the only way to combat this is what I like to call intentional learning. Intentional learning is when you set a goal for yourself and you research the steps and things that you need in order to reach that goal. And then you just basically build out a learning course for yourself. Once I learned this, I then need to learn this, and so on and so forth. But the biggest difference between just learning and intentional learning is that you actually implement the things that you have been intentionally learning. If you want to be productive and working your way to the success that you want, what you cannot do is learn, but be scared to try. And trust me, I know trying something new can turn your world upside down. It can be intimidating and something that you just stay far away from. But change is the door to new opportunities. And if you want those new opportunities, implementing the things that you learn is what's going to get you there. This is something that I had to learn when I first started my dropshipping journey. I knew the steps that I had to take every day. I bought a course and I learned what I needed to learn. But the money that I wanted from dropshipping was not coming in. And that's because I wasn't implementing the things that I learned. The moment that I said to myself, okay, I invested this much time into learning it, I have to try it. That is the exact moment my life changes course. And no, I'm not saying that every single thing that you intentionally learn is going to be the gateway to success. Some things won't work out, but let me tell you, I guarantee you that one will. Because when it does, all that work and implementation that you put in will pay off. Now, the final productivity hack that can change your life is very simple, but it can be difficult to genuinely practice. And that's not comparing your life to what you're seeing on social media. That's it, and that's all. There's not much to say about this one. I mean, it's true that comparison is the thief of joy. And if you're constantly robbing yourself of happiness, it's gonna be really hard to focus on improving your own life. So if you find yourself constantly scrolling through social media, wishing that your life was like someone else's, or feeling like you're falling behind, it's probably time to take a break from social media and start working on consistently doing productivity hacks 1 through 4 that we just covered. If you do that, your life will continue to evolve and you won't have the will or the time to waste your life mindlessly scrolling and wishing you were living someone else's life. You would have taken action, improved your productivity, your life, and your mentality, and start creating the life that is perfect for you. If you made it to the end of this video, I hope that you start implementing the productivity hacks that I just gave out, because like I said, these are what completely changed my life around. And I know everything we just covered can help you fulfill the success-filled goals that you have too. Because when it comes down to it, the more productive you are, the more successful you are. It's time to get to work. This is AC with Supreme Ecom, and I'm out.
They gon' want a piece when you got it like that. Like Jake said, we gon' spend it, get it right back. Stack that internet money till the site crash.